Welcome to the podcast, The Pilgrim and the Monk. A developing story of a pilgrim who is seeking the truth, and a monk who helps him find the way. Written by Timothy G.A. Cooper. Narrated and produced by Greg Cooper. Chapter 74. Highs and Lows.
Monk, I have something I want to think through. Would you mind being my sounding board?
Not at all, Pilgrim. What is on your mind?
I heard a saying that sounded trite at first, but the more I think about it, the less I know what to think about it.
That sounds interesting.
I heard someone say, if you're going through hell, keep going. The last thing you want to do is stay there.
There is merit to that. We must move forward in life, especially through the trials.
Initially, it seemed flippant. Then I read The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. It's about Screwtape, a senior demon, who wrote letters to his demon nephew, Wormwood. He was giving advice about how to successfully tempt Wormwood's human patient into hell. Screwtape urged him not to let the patient recognize the continual and inevitable movement through the highs and lows of life.
It is true. In his own way, the wisest of us all spoke of a season for everything under the sun. They are as inconstant as they are certain.
The lie we are meant to believe is that the lowest valleys of our lives are permanent. We're left to struggle along with no hope of reprieve, doomed to eternal despair.
Awareness of the changing seasons of life can encourage us to persevere through our most challenging ones. It brings us hope.
That brings me to one other thought I had. How many valleys in our lives are of our own making? Don't we bear some, if not all, of the responsibilities for our poor life choices?
There is no doubt that we are often our worst enemy. Thankfully, God's grace appears when we are the least deserving of it.
It's interesting. The other lie the demons tell is damaging, but in an entirely different way.
How so?
Screwtape advised Wormwood to convince his patient that the highs should also be permanent. When life inevitably turns, the patient will begin to chase after the feeling he felt at the high.
It is a clever trap. You chase the feeling and not the actual cause. I believe it is a temptation disciples of our Lord routinely face. We enjoy the moments when God is near, so we attempt to recreate them. Our focus becomes the feeling of the high and not the nearness of God.
I'm certainly guilty of that.
God is near whether we feel His presence or not. We must not be motivated by our feelings.
You know, I wish we wouldn't have to endure such wide swings in life.
In my experience, Pilgrim, we mature the most during those times.
I wish there was an easier way.
It is what it is, Pilgrim.
It often seems to come down to that, doesn't it?
It certainly does. You've been listening to The Pilgrim and the Monk, written by Timothy G.A. Cooper, narrated and produced by Greg Cooper. We hope you enjoyed this production. Please join us again for the next episode.